Alrighty. Whew. I'll admit, I'm a little nervous. I've never done like a reading before. It's kind of interesting. I mean, technically, I should probably have some kind of script every time I stream, but I just kind of do my best, no script. But so this will be my first Rouji adventure stream. Well, not the first Rouji adventure, but like an actual storytelling adventure stream. So the purpose of these streams are essentially just read out a story that I would like to kind of work on an animatic later. So that way on the YouTube page we'll have like a episodic, adventure of whatever tales I tell. That is the essentially what this is going to serve as. So that being said, it's just going to be me reading a story that I wrote myself. It basically is going to be like that for, once every 2 weeks. Otherwise, I'll be just playing a game or something. And this one is called The Ramen Shop. Essentially, Rouji learns that the ramen shop that he frequented, still frequents, is closing down. The chef there, the old man, Shubei, has a bum leg, and he essentially can't really go hunt the sea boars. Trey, how's it going? Ohio. Ohio. It's always good to be in the Merc headquarters. I have the filter on. Look, I look so filtered. Ooh, I got dust particles. Wow. Oh man. Actually wondered, right? Nearly real. You could touch me. I look like a real person. You could touch me. But yeah, hopefully it's going to be a bit of a short story. It's like 15 minutes. I was like, okay, I'm going to do 30 minutes of storytelling. I'm going to be doing 30 minutes of storytelling. And as I was writing it, I was like, man, this is going to be a one long ass read. This is going to be a long read. And I don't know if anyone has an attention span, especially myself, to keep going. Yeah, no, like if you put me full screen, I am there. I am with you. I'll. That'd be cool if I can make it like a live wallpaper. But yeah, no, I'm excited to read this story for you guys. So these stories are, loosely based on my experiences or knowledge. So, for example, this ramen one is kind of based on my passion and knowledge for ramen. Future stories will probably be based on things I've, experienced in life or things that are interested, written as a story with hopefully with a nice, moral lesson. Yeah, I'll give it a bit before I actually start. I need to prepare my emotional state. I've never done this before. I'm a little nervous. I'm like slightly nervous for no reason. It's so weird. Like, I can stream like video games or something, no problem. I can talk, no problem. It's just reading something I've written myself. I have never shared like written literature that I've ever done to anyone. 恥ずかしいんだよ. Yeah, it's so embarrassing, man. It's so embarrassing. Oh, man. Got the butterflies, man. I got the butterflies in my stomach. Like, I can seriously do karaoke without feeling nervous. But this is like reading your own poem for like class or something. It's so freaking embarrassing. Oh, frick, man, I'm nervous. Ooh. But it helps for you guys to be here. I'm very thankful. What time is it? If I do like 5 more minutes, I'll start. How about that? あ、リム、ヤッホー。今日英語だよ。頑張ってね。後でアニメーションとか字幕つけるからよろしくね。今日はね、ちょっと短いと思う。今日ちょっと英語、まあアメリカの人のためにちょっとラーメンの話をする感じで。そう。わかんねえ。残念。はぁ。I'm nervous. Alright. わかる単位。まあね。あれあ。Whew! Okay. 4 more minutes. Whew. そう、今日ちょっと緊張しちゃう。緊張したんだよ !I'm a little nervous! 緊張 Woo-wee! Woo! I'm gonna voice act is so well too. You'll be impressed. いや、自分で書いた話だからさ、読むのはね、恥ずかしい。恥ずかしい、恥ずかしい。Oh man. How's everyone doing? みんなどう How's everyone doing? みんなどうよHow's everyone? I'm doing pretty great. Other than being nervous, it's pretty great. Pretty great. I'm doing all right. I'm living. Living the life. Woo. We're living the life. Mm-hmm. 全然元気だよ。全然元気だよ。So, what's everyone's favorite ramen? みんな好きなラーメンの味。何かなみんな何のラーメンが好き what's everyone's favorite ramen? Because I like, 塩ラーメン。塩ラーメン、salt ラーメン、塩。確かに女性には結構人気って聞いてる。柚子。いいね、柚子。Salt ramen. It's very popular for like ladies. It's like kind of healthy. It's pretty good for you. And yeah, when you have like a little bit of yuzu, it's actually kind of delicious. Yunachi? I thought you him. 2 more minutes. Come on. Come on, Roger. Come on, Roger. Ooh. I can do like a ASMR reading. ASMR reading on my story. How about that? チャプチェいいね。ちょっと練習したけどね。I practice. I just feel nervous. Which is funny because today is just a recording. I'm gonna edit this later. 後で編集するから別に下手にやっても編集しちゃうからテイクまたやってまあ一発でやりたい。一発でやりたいね。うん。Oh my gosh. Ooh. Okay. I can hear myself too. 自分の声が聞けるように、聞こえるように設定してあるんよ。Yeah, I can hear myself that way. I can make sure I'm doing the good voice. Oh, Joe. Yeah. Woo! やばいなこれ。How you doing, Joe? Joe ちゃん。Alright. 始めるよ。I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start it. Ready? 3, 2, 1. On the Salton Marsh, like Earth of the planet Oceania, Rouji finds himself being chased by a giant quadrupedal beast with webbed feet, scales and fins that of a barracuda, and the body and head of that of a boar. Oh my god, holy crap, crap! You did not tell me these things are big and aggressive, old man! He's just a little guy, Rouji. Don't be afraid of the sea boar. I used to be able to take these down, no sweat, before I bumped my leg. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not the one with the 50mm hunting rifle. I didn't even think of this when you asked me if I was good at escaping through the danger. I thought I was going to do a heist. Oh, but it is a heist, my young friend. We are taking its life. The most precious thing you can take. Now hurry, bait him into the kill zone, would you? Rifle loaded. Scope adjusted. I'm ready to fire. I swear, old man, if this thing impales me, I'm going to haunt you! You hear? Haunt you forever! Oh, please, being a hunter and a chef, there are many things and people who haunt me as is. Besides, it's going to be your legs and nimbleness that decides how well you survive. All right. Target is in position. Steady. Aim. Hurry up, he's gaining on me! Oh, be quiet, young man. All right. Fire! The rifle booms. Okay. The rifle booms and crackles, launching a projectile through the chest of the mighty beast, tearing into its flesh. The giant sea boar has fallen. Are you sure this was the only way to do this? Of course, every prey needs its bait. Now, let me butcher the fruits of our efforts. You can help me load this up once I'm finished. Finally. Nice break after a big run. Shubei unsheaths a blade and fillets the sea boar into an immaculate slabs of meat. There. All done. Well, what are you lazing around for? Help me load the ship. What a day. Alright, well, let's start with this one. Up. 1. 2. 3. And the tail. With the ship loaded with delicious cargo, the two fly out to space on their way to Shubei's ramen shop, Tontongyo. Old man, I heard the shop's gonna close out soon, huh? As much as I'd like to deny that. It seems that my age has started to catch up, and my leg isn't getting any better. Such a shame. I know you've been eating here ever since you started to... Come here. I know you've been eating here ever since you started your life of crime. Listen, I'm just working customer service, old man. Ah, fuck. Listen, I'm just working customer service, old man. Legality has nothing to do with it. I'm just I'm just messing with you, Rouji. Brings back memories, eh? A starving kid riding on the passenger seat of my ship. Couldn't find too much work being such a rookie mercenary in your business. Yeah. I'm thankful for you saving me. Giving me some bounties to chase, debt collecting dine and dashers too. I probably wouldn't have make it this far without you, old man. It's good to see you doing well these days. Rosie, do you know what makes a good bowl of ramen? What? The decrepit touch of an old-timer like you? Maybe. That too. Ramen is food for the working people. It's cheap, comes out fast, gives people the strength to keep doing what they need to do to survive. Behind such quick meal are hours and hours of preparation. Oh man, a ramen making lesson in the ship? Are you trying to train me to take over your shop? Quiet you. I'd only consider that only if you have given up your daring pursuits. I have spent countless years figuring out how to make a ramen that is the tastiest thing in the world. Unfortunately, that was too far out of my reach. But what I have instead found is a ramen that is unique by my own methods. I carefully make sure I use the best wheat flour I can get my hands on, and a steady source of sweet to make noodle with the flour. I've hunted early mornings once a week to make sure I have the bones and meat to make my soup and chashu with. I've practiced through many failures to make sure that my bowl of ramen is adorned with a tasty menma and aji tamago. When I finally created a bowl that was enjoyed by the people I served, what I discovered was not the perfect ramen, but a ramen that brings joy to faces and full stomachs for an affordable price. Behind an imperfect, wonderful yet short-lived moment lies hours of effort and years of stubborn learning. Looks like you've dedicated your time to your craft, huh, old man? I guess I could say the same. I guess I could say the same for myself, but I can't really say that my efforts led to anything special. The ship rocks gently side to side as it lands at the back of... Fuck! One more take. The ship rocks gently side to side as it lands in the back lot of Tonton-gyo. All right, young man. Time to unload the ship. I'm getting a bit peckish. How about I treat us to some ramen once we're finished? Well, sounds like a great reward to me. I'm famished. Such a heavy fish. Boy. Whatever. Alright, here we go again. 1. 2. 3. Such a heavy fish. And the head. Exhausted, Rouji takes a seat at the dining counter. Young man, how do you like your noodles? And your soup? Come on, old man. You don't know your regular's preference? Hard noodles, tonkotsu. Hiyo! 1 tonkotsu ramen. Coming right up. I'll double up the chashu since you need more strength to run faster. I'd love it if you double the... I'd love it if you double the menma too. You know I need my veggies. I don't know if menma has any nutritional value, but I'm sure it will nourish you somehow. Got it. Extra menma, just for you. Before Rouji sits a hot bowl of ramen. The rich white broth glistening with rich oils from the bone of a sea boar. On top lay delicately sliced marinated cuts of char-siu pork. Next to it, some julienne pieces of wood ear mushroom. 2 halves of a flavored egg, marinated to brownness with yolk orange as the sun. Lastly, thick cuts of crunchy marinated... Lastly, thick cuts of crunchy marinated bamboo shoots rest neatly to complete a delicious serving of ramen. Old man, there's many things in the world and across different dimensions that bring joy to me. And this ramen right here is one of them. Your bowl is getting cold, Rouji. Best you eat it while it's hot instead of writing me a love letter about it. そう、マッシュルーム。キクラゲ。Also, hi, Kara. It's been a while. I hope you're doing well. Continue a second. Ah, like I'd write something like that. あ、もう一回しよう。Ha! Like I'd write something like that. No. もう一回。One more time. Ha! Like I'd write something like that. Ah, what a delight. Old man. Cold one, please. Here you go. A cold sup, bro. No, frick. Here we go, one more time. Here you go. A cold sup, bro, black label. Ah, that is the spot. Shubei drops a kaidama into Rouji's bowl. You know, before my ramen recipe has reached its conclusion, I thought the same as you. No matter how hard I've worked my efforts, nothing has amounted anything for a while. I had to evolve, you know. Looking at things from a different perspective. Refining the skills that I have further and learning new ones to add to my trade. Eventually, you'll find yourself either giving up or being stubborn enough, innovative enough to bring you to where you want to be. Yeah, wherever that is. Well, old man, you worked me to the bone today. I better get some good rest so I can make some money tomorrow. Gotchan desu. Wonderful as always. Make sure you let me know when you're closing for the last time. I want to make sure I get the last bowl of ramen from you. Be safe out there, young man. I can't promise you any last bowls of ramen if you live too recklessly. And scene! よっしゃーカット全然一回でできなかったよ I couldn't do one cut. I've like had to repeat some phrases, but it was fun. It was fun. I was a little nervous, but that was fun. I hope you guys had fun too. I'm not ending the stream though. We still got more to talk about. いやー緊張したけど楽しかった。Yeah. What do you guys think though? Do you guys think, you know, these kind of streams are fun? Like, what do you guys think of these kind of streams? Like, it's simple. It's simple. I kind of feel bad because it's pretty simple. But I don't know. It's fun. Like, I get to show you guys, like, you know, the process of how I'm doing it. Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's a little different. It's a little different. Like, I don't know. I like writing stories. No. I like writing stories. Like playing like D&D. そうだね。日本語だとわからないよね、今日のは。でも、編集するときは、多分日本語の声もやりたいな。日本語版もやりたい。I want to do a Japanese voice version one day, once I translate everything. ちょっと翻訳してからまた日本語で読もうかな。まあ、その時は配信多分しないけど、多分配信しないと思うけど、まあ、 I won't stream the Japanese one, but I'll do it just so I can make like a dub video, and then I'll just put like captions on both, subtitles on both. 字幕とかつけたり作ると思うから。But yeah, I think it was fun. そう動画で出す。I'm gonna once I finish doing an animatic for these, ちょっとアニメーション的なやつ作ったら動画で出すの。I'm gonna put it on YouTube once I finish. It's probably gonna take me, oh gosh, a week or two. So I'll be working on it this weekend, and then throughout next weekend, the weekend during that. And then I'm gonna work on the next story during the week of, and yeah, basically every 2 weeks. 毎日2週間ずつやると思う。時間結構かかるからね。いっぱい絵描かないといけない。I have to do a lot of art and stuff, so it's gonna take me a while. But I want to animate these and kind of put them on YouTube and be kind of more of a content creator. コンテンツクリエイターとしてやりたいと思ってるから。But yeah, no, gosh, no, I'm glad that you guys enjoy the narration and the story. Sorry for those who kind of came in midway and didn't get the full story. But, you know, once the video's out, you'll get the full thing. It'll be great. Now, Doji, ramen lesson. We're going to talk about ramen. So, 自分で作る. I'm going to do it myself. そこまですごいアニメーションじゃないと思うけど. I don't think it's going to be a too crazy ramen, but not ramen, animation. But I'm going to do it myself. So, Rouji, ramen lesson. Okay. We're going to talk about ramen. Talk about ramen. I'm going to teach you guys important things about ramen, okay? So, there's all types of ramen out there. You know? So you might think, well, let me put myself in the center here. I'll put myself in the center. Ramen lesson. Rouji, ramen lesson. So, in Japan, there's all kinds of ramen. And the first ever modern ramen that has ever existed, the type of modern ramen that has ever existed, not spicy shoyu. I think what it. It's like 餃子入ってるし。日本のラーメンの写真ないかな。Let me ah! ちょっと日本語で検索しよう。I'm gonna search in Japanese so it's like I can get a decent experience for you guys. Show I want the right images. Shoyu ramen. What's good? What's a good villain to me? Good villain. Have you ever played the Final Fantasy XIV series? I love Emmet Selk. I love Elidibus. I love all the ones too. But back to ramen, because this is a ramen stream today. So, let me give you some ramen facts, because we're talking about ramens today. Okay. This is shoyu ramen, soy sauce ramen. So, shoyu ramen is usually kind of chicken stock. They use like chicken bones, full chickens. You'll have, of course, you'll have like onions and, you know, all kinds of different vegetables, onions, garlic, maybe carrots, as your aromatics to kind of give your broth some more depth. So this shoyu ramen, I believe the first instance of shoyu ramen was invented in 1910 in Tokyo. in Raidaiken. And basically, it was kind of like a Japanese spin of a Chinese dish. So basically, what they did is because the most Japanese flavor is not a cooking class. This is a ramen history class. So to make it taiyaki ramen, so to make it appeal to the Japanese palate, so they took the chicken broth along with like their aromatics, and then you have your tare, which is kind of like a second sauce. That this is really important for adding flavor. This tare had soy sauce in it, and they mixed the two, which kind of gives it that nice, rich, oily, delicious broth. And that's how you get shoyu ramen. And of course, ramen has its important components. So you have the menma. Menma is marinated bamboo shoots. They're crunchy, they're savory and delicious. They add a little bit of sweetness to the ramen. It's quite nice. And you have your ajitama. This is ajitamago, or marinated egg. Usually, they basically they'll boil the egg and they'll marinate it overnight with soy sauce, mirin, maybe sake. Some places sake as well. And this is how you get the nice brown color. When you cut it open, you'll get a really jammy yolk, like a nice orange, reddish, jammy yolk. It's delicious. It's my favorite part. One of my favorite parts. And of course, I don't see this as much. Naruto, I think maybe it's a Tokyo shoyu ramen thing. I don't see it too much. Naruto は最近あんまり見ないと思うけん。自分食べたラーメンはナルトとかなかったな。ナルト出してる店。I think it's more like a Chinese like flair. Python 美味しい。Python I'll explain in a bit. And then chashu important. チャーシューはね、ラーメンの命。It is the heart, the soul of ramen, okay? That is the most important thing ever. Chashu. Chashu is pork. I believe pork belly. Sometimes pork belly, or it's a different slice as you can see here. Usually they would roll it up like here. They would boil it in sometimes they'll boil it in like a type of broth, and then they'll roll it, well, they roll it up and then they boil it with maybe like sometimes like a soy sauce kind of mix or some kind of marinade, and then they would marinate it again cold. They'll do a cold marinade and they'll slice it and put it in the ramen. Sometimes they'll also kind of fry it up after they marinate it, after they slice it, to kind of give them a nice texture. They'll put it in. チャーシューよりすぶ、まあ、確かにね。So 1910 came the shoyu ramen. So what's your... I was gonna say, like, what's everyone's favorite ramen, by the way? みんな大好きなラーメン。塩ラーメンだよね、リュウムさん。What's everyone's favorite ramen, by the way? I promise I'll go over all of them. So, predating the shoyu ramen. The first ever type of ramen that came into existence, shio ramen, or salt ramen. So shio ramen usually has like it's mostly fish broth. It's mostly fish broth. It was the first instance that was recorded to have shio ramen or salt ramen. Was, I believe, in Hakodate. So that's around like the very north side of Japan, close to Hokkaido. So you'll find a lot of good fish there. So in 1884, in a place called Yowaken. In the newspaper, it was said that they had shio soba or nankin soba being served, and I believe it was served to a guy who is known as Mito Komon. So it was served to Tokugawa Mitsukuni, I believe, right? Also, see you, Kara. Have a nice night. But it was served to Mito Komon or Tokugawa Mitsukuni by the Confucianist, what was his name? Zuju. And, but yeah, no, this noodle, it wasn't quite ramen at the time. Had jinhua, which is kind of like the predecessor of chashu. This one's more of a salt-cured pork, and the soup stock was a lot more Chinese-oriented, where it had scallions and shallots, garlic chives. Some ramens probably do use that, but that is your, that's your stock. And yes, that was the first instance of ramen, and then of course, modern ramen in good old Tokyo. Now, moving up. Y'all gonna sit through this, I'm sorry. We had tonkotsu ramen. Tonkotsu ramen is my favorite. I love tonkotsu ramen. Oishii. Umai. It's rich, noko, and delicious. Tonkotsu ramen was invented in Sankyu Ramen 1947 in Kyushu, I believe. Kyushu. And this is actually an accident. Tonkotsu ramen is no kidding an accident. It's hilarious. These guys were making shoyu ramen, and barikata oishii yo ne. I love barikata. Hard noodles are really good. Vox, hey, how's it going? Welcome to the ramen lesson. So it is a very happy accident. So what happened is actually they overboiled pork bones that they're going to use to make a broth. They overboiled it, which in turn purified the bones. It purified the bones. So a lot of collagen and a lot of just essence of the bone just seeped out, making this white, cloudy mixture for the soup base. And they're like, well, might as well try it, right? Might as well try it. We messed up. But, we can't put this to waste. Might as well just try it for giggles, see how it tastes. So they just try it. They're like, wait a minute. Wait. The stuff is really good. What is this? How did you make it? I overboiled the bones. And it's high five. Good job. This is it. This is the new ramen. This is the new fuck the shoyu ramen. Fuck shoyu ramen. Fuck shio ramen. This is the Kyushu freaking tonkotsu ramen. So these ramens, this ramen is actually very popular in Hakata. Hakata is the place for this thick, rich bone broth ramen. Here's the thing. They serve it a little different. Hakata noodles are a little different. Hakata noodles are, soup no nenna. Hakata ramen is a little different. It's a little thinner, I believe. Yeah, it's a little thinner. It kind of looks like a spaghetti. Spaghetti in mieru. It looks like a spaghetti noodles. But, yeah, no. Ippudo. Hakata tonkotsu. It's really good, though. I like it. Of course, you can get your noodles. At a good shop, you can get your noodles as, barikata, which is, the hardest, or harigane. You get, namikata, or, just kata, and just regular hardness, and then you get soft. Honestly, if you're eating ramen, これはもうラーメンマニアしか食わないと思う。If you are like really into ramen, you get バリカタ, the hardest type. あ、いってらっしゃい。休憩お疲れ様。ありがとうね、リウム。The reason why I like hard noodles is because it lets me enjoy the ramen more. I get to chew and eat it. Like, I get to chew for a bit, and it feels great. I think it also soaks up or cools the soup a little better. That's just me, though. ありがとうね、またね。Yeah, Vox, question, what's your favorite flavor of ramen? Joe, everyone who hasn't answered, what's your favorite type of ramen? Just let me know. And I can talk about it a little bit too. But of course, you know, as time goes on, 1955, something stupid happens. Something so freaking stupid happens in Hokkaido. Hokkaido is the northernmost area of Japan. It's snowy, it's freaking cold. One fateful day in 1955 in Ajino Sanpei, a shop called Ajino Sanpei, comes something really interesting. So this guy was eating his miso soup. You know, he was eating his meal. He got his nice, warm, hot miso soup. And he was like, he had the gall to just be like, hey, boss. Come here. Hey, boss. Can I get some ramen noodles in my miso soup? Can I get some ramen noodles in my miso soup, please? Chef is like, are you kidding me? Are you absolutely kidding me? Are you shitting me? You want me to put ramen noodles in your stupid miso soup? The guy was just like, this guy was like dead serious. He's like, listen, I'm so hungry, and me want noodles in me miso soup. You got that? So the chef is like, all right. Okay, fine. Here it is. So he puts noodles in his miso soup. The guy tries it. Just like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is bussin', dude. You need to try this. So he like freaking lets the chef taste it. It's like, wait. Miso ramen. Miso soup. Ramen. Miso ramen. We're gonna make a lot of money off of this, man. So they basically, you know, worked on creating a miso ramen, thus kind of being the original, you know, place for miso ramen. That is the story of miso ramen. Miso ramen is really great. I enjoyed it more as a kid because the flavor is just so dang rich and a little salty. Typically, you get a lot of corn as a topping. Buttered corn. Oh my god. If you want to have the like miso ramen experience. Listen, you love miso ramen, right? Job, you love miso ramen. Vox, honestly, miso ramen is probably made with like chicken broth anyway. You make that instant miso ramen, you put a slice of butter and corn on it, it's gonna elevate that fucking ramen to like 11. It's gonna turn up the flavor profile like crazy. Do it. I highly recommend it. You freaking just grab that little square of butter, just throw it on, and some corn. Get yourself a lovely miso ramen meal. So, y'all gonna learn everything about ramen, okay? I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna teach you guys everything about ramen. You're gonna like it. So, after miso ramen has been invented, the ramen game was, you know, the ramen game was stable. There wasn't anything crazy. Everyone's just, working hard to make the best ramen, right? Ramen is essentially like the barbecue. So you know how like the US you got like barbecue joints and like they are essentially like competing against each other all around. You got like different types of barbecue across, this different states. You got your own thing going on and you're just competing, right? This is ramen for Japan. Ramen is highly competitive. Like legit, some ramen chains or ramen stores, sorry, will go to different stores and they'll try out like different ramens. They'll like even like wear the lowest skies so them get identified and they'll try it just to see what's up. And they're like, okay, I could fuck this up. And so that's how like the race starts. So after a while, around 1971, things get a little different. Now, Vox, you like, chicken type ramen, chicken ramen. There is one that's even better. This is the tori paitan ramen. Now, the tori paitan is a little more Chinese centric. However, tori paitan's a little different. Tori paitan, instead of just directly, just straight up directly, letting the bones just cook for a bit. It takes like hours and hours of just boiling bones to get the broth. Paitan's a little different, where they actually crush the chicken bones and then they boil it along with like maybe some fish type deals, aromatics like your onion chives, garlic chives, all that kind of stuff. And what's different is that it creates a very yellow soup. It is very yellow, and it is a good deal rich in collagen. I think this was actually popular for a while in Japan. A lot of women actually would eat tori paitan because it was rich in collagen, which is amazing for your skin. Now, I don't have the exact details on where it was first originated. Tenka Ippin and Tentenyu are two different places that kind of invented roughly around the same time in 1971. And they've kind of always contested to say, we made the OG. Dude, it's like freaking Philadelphia. Like, if you ever go to Philadelphia and ask where, like, the original cheesesteak sandwich is from, you'll get, like, Gino's and, like, one other spot. And they'll keep on like constantly argue that one place is original. This was what happened to the tori paitan ramen. So we don't really actually know where it originated. We just know it came up around like 1971. So of course there's like all kinds of different ramens, all kinds of ramen styles I can go on about. Honestly, at that point, it's more of like a subtype. It's like an archetype of ramen instead of like the main class of ramen. Ramen is like D&D, Ramen is like D&D. Like you have like the fighter, the Tokyo ramen, you got like the paladin tonkotsu ramen, you get the barbarian miso ramen, and you get like the wizard Shio ramen, the warlock tori paitan. That's what it is. And like anything that differs from that, I know there's a black style ramen, but I think that's actually tonkotsu with some like black garlic or something, along with like black sesame seeds. But like at that point, that's more like an archetype of your different classes, so we won't really get into that. Water's great. Speaking of, when you go out to eat ramen, the best way to do it, drink just water. Just drink just water. You'll still, like, when you eat salty ramen and then you just splash your mouth with nice water, you still get, like, you get part 2 of the flavor, and it's delicious. It's dang delicious. Um, so let me explain to you though. Let me explain to y'all in the U.S. outside of Japan. Most places don't exactly do ramen. The traditional ramen way. So ramen shops in Japan, of course, you order some. It depends on the shop. Sometimes you order it in the store, or sometimes you have a vending machine of tickets. You're like essentially, just throwing your coins in, and you get your tickets from this vending machine. It's great for it's great for people that have a hard time talking to people, introverts. I'm talking to you, introverts. And you just hand your ticket, and you can sometimes on the vending machine it'll let you choose what the hardness is. Sometimes you kind of have to say it. You get your ticket, you just chill, you vibe, and you get your ramen, you eat, get the hell out. It's a very, very streamlined process, though. Honestly, I don't know why other places don't do it. Straight up, just vending machine tickets, and just get to a table, hand your tickets over. Like, that's actually big brained. I don't know why U.S. places don't do it. Maybe because it'll be like, oh, I lost my ticket, man. Can you bum me some food? And you're like, no, sorry. If you bought the ticket, you lost the ticket. That's on you, man. Other instances, you'll have yatai. Yatais are like street vendors in Japan. This was actually a lot common, probably like post-war Japan, where they didn't really have much going on. Ramen was honestly probably one of the most like MVP foods of that time. So during the story, I was saying that ramen's the working class food, right? It was like the working man's food, and that's actually pretty true about ramen. Ramen, the best part of ramen is it's affordable and delicious. It comes out fast, and you get what you want. It is fast food, essentially fast food. It's also really bad for your health. Don't let people like. You don't look at this stuff and be like, oh, yeah, it's natural, it's healthy, it's organic. No, ramen has a shit ton of sodium in it. Okay, if you eat that every day, you're going to die. Unless you're like sweating that out, you're gonna die. Ramen's pretty bad for you, I'll tell you that. There's so many things that use salt. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so you order your ramen, you choose the hardness of your noodles. Some places will let you choose how salty your broth is. And yeah, you get it like you put it on the table. And here's the trick. Here's the trick. Ramen, you got to eat it a certain way. First, you look at your ramen, you admire its beauty, okay? And then you take your ladle, this ladle right here. Take a little bit of soup. Taste the soup. Enjoy it. All right. That's important. Now, here's the important part. You grab one of the toppings and you eat it, and then you get your ramen, and then you get your ladle. You fill the ladle a little bit with your soup. Take out the ramen, dip the ramen into the soup that's in your ladle, and then eat it. You gotta slurp it. You gotta slurp it though. You gotta slurp it like you're doing activities with a grapefruit, okay? You gotta get that gok to that ramen noodles. You know what I'm saying? That's important. Now, you basically repeat that until you're out of toppings. I typically like to save the egg for last because the egg is like the next to chashu. Chashu is like second to last. I think egg is the last. Those two are like the big celebrity toppings. That's important. So you just kind of go around, eat the toppings at a time. This is Rouji's school of how to eat ramen. And that's how you enjoy it. It's pretty easy. So yeah. I'm trying to think. What else can I teach you guys about ramen? Well, for example, I mentioned reisui. Reisui is a type of alkaline water that they mix with wheat flour, or alkaline water that they mix with wheat flour to make the noodles. It takes a really long time how to learn how to make noodles. It is a tough process, although some shops could also be using just straight up pasta makers. I know if you're doing it at home, if you decide to do it at home, you got yourself some alkaline water, and I don't think it's straight up alkaline. I think it's a little bit of mixture. And then you get your flour, you mix it like you're mixing pasta, you flatten it, and then you cut it. Although it's very similar how they do it in ramen shops. They'll like make a dough ball and then they just beat it like it's life depends on it. You flatten it, and then you take out your like udon ramen soba cutting knife, which is like a nice squarish knife. You just cut it. And then, you know, you cover it in flour and you make a nice little bundle. And then you're ready. Which is great because when you have a little bundle, all you have to do is just throw it in the water. You got your little ladle basket. Hold on, let me show you. Those things are cool. Not ladle, sorry. Ramen basket. You'll put it in here, and then you just yeet it into the water. You take it out, you just slam it, get that water out immediately. What the heck, Shrekky? And then you put it in your bowl after you put your tare, aka the flavor, and then your soup, and you throw your ramen in there. You mix it a little bit so it's nice, and you put your toppings on there. That's how you make a bowl of ramen. Now, if you want to make your own ramen, I'll be real. It's gonna take you hours of labor. You gotta clean your bones. You have to get pork bones. A lot of people get the spine, you know, knuckles, and you gotta clean it so there's no meat. And you boil that shit. You boil that shit like crazy. Get your nice white broth. You throw in some garlics and onions and chives and stuff. Get that going. And then you just kind of once you get that little soup going on, you gotta make your tare. All kinds of different things use different tare methods. And you would basically have to boil it for like hours. I heard you could use a pressure cooker and just expedite the process pretty quick. But, you know, just YouTube it. I'm not a pro at making ramen. I just love eating ramen. But yeah, no, glad I was able to kind of go through this with you guys. It was a pleasure reading out my story. I would love if I were to be able to do it in one take. But, you know, that's what editing's for. But yeah, give me about 2 weeks. I'll see if I can pump out a little animation for it. Worst case, I have to retake some things. And then we'll have a great time. I'll share it with you guys, and you guys will shower me with likes and adoration. I'll have a great time. I'm gonna be a content creator now, okay? No more stream only Rouji. That's done. Streamer Rouji is dead. I am now content creator Rouji. Well, until I create my content, I am streamer Rouji. But once I create my content, that is content creator Rouji. Other things that are planned. I wanted to get into song covers. Song covers are gonna be nice. I'll start that next week. I'm gonna slowly be working on like rap music, maybe, and I think that'll be a good time. Yeah, so that's like art and music and voice acting. Oh my gosh, that's the trifecta, baby! Can't wait. I'll be like the super VTuber after all this. Yes, thank you guys so much. I'm so happy that you guys came here to support me. It really means a lot for, you know, this content. Honestly, I'm always nervous when it comes to like this kind of content, just because it's not gaming, and I'm not sure how y'all are gonna take it because it's not gaming. So I get a little nervous, I'll admit. But it looks like you guys enjoyed it. So honestly, I'm glad. I'm glad. And hope to do this more with you guys. Hopefully week after next week. We'll do another story reading. I'll write something about Taco Bell. Of course, I'm gonna change the name Taco Bell so I don't get stricken by gods, but it'll be fun. It will be fun. Again, thank you guys so much for coming here. It's always a pleasure. If you haven't, feel free to subscribe. Of course, leaving a like on my videos. I know there's not many like the whole like culture doesn't really exist on Twitch, but on YouTube it is honestly really very supportive if you could leave a like on my videos and turn on your notifications, and we'll hang out. We'll hang out for sure. Yosh, minna, arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you guys for coming, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Glad I got to squeeze this hour out of you guys. All right, thank you guys. Love you. See you next week. Bye. End screen. Yeah, that was a good fucking stream. Oh my god, I rocked it. Oh shoot, mic is still active. Love you guys. Love you. Bye. I love Vtuber.